Oh God. Hi everybody, I'm in Texas again. I don't know if you noticed I'm wearing my free Boogie shirt. Because you guys had my back so hard on that thing. Everybody in Texas is like, you should have shot the guy. So really happy about that. You guys are my 2A guys. I'm not a huge 2A guy. I own a gun because everybody else owns a gun. And that's useful. But I love Texas. Every time I come to Dallas, I think, I'm moving here, man. What? Who here lives in Dallas Fort Worth area? You guys? How is it amazing here? Am I wrong? I think I like it better than Houston. I think I like it better than Austin. I mean, Austin's a weird town. It's too expensive. The only problem with moving to Texas is I do not want to die of a heat stroke or freeze to death. So you guys have all the challenges that humans can face. We went last night to Six Flags for the haunted houses. Anybody haunted enthusiasts like me? Anybody huge haunted fans? Scariest thing was that I had to walk 5 miles. I really thought I was going to pass out, man. I know for all of you guys, like 5 miles is like a breakfast walk. For me, that is literally the long walk by Stephen King. Read that book, it's really good. God, I'm so glad you guys made it. Francis here, by the way, if you guys have not observed this man right here, would you stand up and show how awesome you are? This is the second person in my YouTube history that's dressed up as Francis, but he genuinely looks more like Francis than I do now. Am I wrong? Look at that. It's incredible. Can you give us a range? Can you get mad about something?
I can never think for everything I'm doing, yeah.
I would never drink Cold Red. I would never drink Cold Red. That shit's poison. I'm a little fancy boy. That's the point that I'm making. God, normally I prep like 10 minutes of comedy for this. I did not, because I was in a lot of pain last night. But I like to do Q&As, and I will probably go into like a divergence of rambling topic, because you've seen my videos, you know what they're like. So if you have any questions for me, I am curious, what are you guys playing right now, game-wise? What are you playing? Oh my God, good game, man. Yeah, did you play the sequel, it's good, man. Okay, so I have a recommendation for you. And it's a mobile game. So I know what you're thinking. It's gotta be a hell of a mobile game if I'm recommending it, okay? Marvel Snap, have you played this game? I played like literally 8 hours since it came out on the 18th. Like I cannot. It's a card game. It's very similar to Gwent. It's not like complicated like Magic or whatever. You're not going to get like a 20-minute argument about whether or not it's +1/+1. The game is over in like 3 minutes. It's the perfect entry-level card game. And it's so fair. The pricing is so fair. Like you could spend $3 on your trip pack and never spend money again. And I'm never going to spend money on that game. Play the hell out of it. So good. Okay, that's my recommendation. Also been playing Slime Rancher 2 preview. Not bad. Disney Daylight Dreamlight Valley. If you guys played this, if you're into the whole life sim, it's just fucking fun to hang out with Goofy. I'm a Disney kid at heart, and I do highly recommend it. What are you playing? Fritz, what are you playing?
Top 3 Animal Crossing and Gun Evolution. Love Gun Evolution.
Really?
It's a lot of fun.
Damn it. All right, well, let's see. Questions. I think you have your hand up. Your friends? Gotcha. Any questions for me? What you got, man? Play which one? I want you to come to my booth and write that down on my hand so I can download it as soon as I get home. That is like saying, Boogie, it's like you took a cheeseburger, wrapped it with pizza. Like that's everything I like. Good Lord. Now, have we played, what's it called again? Deathfire Reborn. What? Okay, gotcha. I can't say that word legally. Have anybody played Vampire Survivors? If you have not played Vampire Survivors, please let me recommend it for you. It is literally $3. If you don't have $3, if you don't, I highly recommend. There's a million variants of it, but the one to start with is Vampire Survivors, and then branch out from there. I've had more fun. I bought a Steam Deck, which can run Cyberpunk 2020. It can run Elden Ring. I used to play retro games. I turned it into an emulator. I can't believe what I've done with that thing. It is so good. Highly recommend it. Any other questions? Am I back there? What you got? You might have noticed I have an addictive personality. And when I played EverQuest, that's the only thing I did. I literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I once didn't sleep for 48 hours playing EverQuest, and the only reason I slept was because I fell asleep on the keyboard. So if I play an MMORPG, I do the equivalent of what I did with food. What do you recommend about it? Really? I maintain the WoW is the writers of World of Warcraft. My God, what did they do with, what's her name, the Banshee? That storyline is the weakest storyline of anything ever. It was the one very time in my life where like, they fucking did what with her? She was a bad guy and then suddenly became a good guy, then suddenly was a bad guy again and then suddenly became a good guy. What was her motivation? Oh, she had none. Okay. It's everything that's wrong with it. Well, check it out. This sounds good. If I live stream it, if you catch me live streaming it, I want you to do me a favor. Tell me to stop. Say, Boogie, go sleep. Anybody play MMOs? Are you a big fan of MMOs at all? They are a lifestyle choice, right? Like you can be like, oh, I'm gonna be a gym bro. You can be like, I'm gonna be a nerd. If you aren't an MMO person, you're basically a vampire. My God, I didn't see daylight for 5 years, and when I did, it hurt. It was so good. Oh my God. Wrath of the Lich King, best peak World of Warcraft, am I wrong? Perfect mix of hard and easy, perfect mix of like every player. Too hard. Too much grinding. That had too much EverQuest in it. Get your EverQuest out of my World of Warcraft, okay? I camped for a warrior drop for the epic weapon of EverQuest for literally 6 weeks. And that's what Burning Crusade reminded me of, like trying to get the keys and shit. Oh, so bad. I hate it. I'm glad you like it. Any other questions? Right there. Yeah. So here's my MMO story. So EverQuest was my game of choice. If you've never seen it, Google it and imagine I thought it was immersive because it looks like PlayStation graphics. I can't believe what it was. But to me, that was everything. I became that character. I lived in that world. That was everything to me. I did not give a shit about anything off of my computer unless it was food. And oh my God, I lived and breathed that game, but it was really difficult, right? And then World of Warcraft came out, and it was pretty difficult at the beginning, but it was designed, in part, all the raids and stuff were designed by 2 guild leaders from EverQuest, who had literally beat all the content in EverQuest. They hired them to design the raid portions, so they designed it like EverQuest. Ridiculously hard, ridiculously difficult to play, ridiculously difficult to progress. But it didn't matter because people loved that. And then they started making it easier and easier and easier. So the original creator of EverQuest was Brad McQuaid. If you really want to see him, I did an interview with him. and he was trying to bring it back. He was trying to bring back an impossibly difficult MMO. That like beating stuff was like a real accomplishment, and he had like a working beta, and it was like surprisingly good. And then he stole all the money the people that donated for it, and he tried to launch it a second time, and then he stole all the money from it, and now he died. But I know it's a bit of a downer, but I don't know if we'll ever get that truly difficult MMORPG game, the one where you can't kill stuff alone. You literally have to have 2 friends to get anything done, 3 friends to get anything done. I miss socialization in MMORPGs. That's the point, right? To socialize, to talk to people. I've done entire raids and not had a private conversation. I've done entire dungeons in World of Warcraft with a pickup raid, never said a word. I didn't say anything, they didn't say anything. It breaks my heart. You know? Very social.
When there was sort of conversation with, hey, I dealt in this class and this class, I do business and this. There were hour-long conversations that were going to be long. I know that they won't never answer.
I played Guild Wars 1 and loved it, and then Guild Wars 2 came out like, I cannot risk this, I will die fat. I mean, I'm still going to die fat, but I would definitely die sooner and fatter.
It's not going to EverQuest. It's not going to work. It's like, I remember being 12 and going with EverQuest wedding and taking out school.
I married a couple of people,
This is you?
and then later in life became actually ordained and married a couple of my friends. Yeah, it was like a little precursor, like, man, I like all this attention. This is great. One of the greatest things about EverQuest is you can be famous on your server, and you can also be infamous on your server. And one of my favorite stories, bards at level 4, they could play a song that made them run about twice as fast as everybody else. And that meant they could outrun any monster, no matter the level, no matter what it was. There was a section of beach where low-level characters would hunt alligators. But because they hate players, there was these massive sand giants that would walk all through the desert. They're like level 30. You're there having level 10 stuff. And these level 30 giants are walking through this land, and occasionally they'll find you and stomp you to death. So this bard, God bless her, hit level 4, got her speed song, and would kite the sand giants all around the desert. She would scoop up like 3 or 4 of them, and she'd scream in all chat, woo woo! Train coming! Woo woo! And then pull all of those sand giants onto the beach where people are hunting alligators, kill 50 people, and dying in that game was a huge setback. I mean, it was like 4 hours worth of work to keep your shit back, to keep your levels back. And then just every day she'd log on and she'd go, y'all ready for another train? Sand giants are coming, woo woo! She had an alt on the server, a high level character, one of the most liked characters on that server, helped everyone out, but the way that person expressed their angst was by killing us all on the beach. It was one of my favorite times. So good. What's your question? I went through a League of Legends phase, and I'm not proud of it. Hi, my name's Boogie2988, and I play League of Legends, right? Like, it feels like a horrible admission. Oh my God, I see one right there. No offense to anybody in this room, but if you play League of Legends, you are toxic. And if you aren't when you start playing it, you fucking will be. If somebody tells me they play League of Legends, I run, man. They're a serial killer. Or I might fire a warning shot. You know me. The point that I'm making is, when that game was brand new, it just came out of beta, I had a friend that I played World of Warcraft with who really wanted to give it a shot. So we start playing, and I'm telling all my gamer friends, I have a good group of 10 people come mood, we have a great time. Been doing it for like 12 years now. Love these people. And I wanted to play the game with us because it's a 5-player game, right? And I'm like, guys, you need to check out this new game called League of Legends. It's great. And they're like, League of Legends? Was that one of the Phoenix Wright games? Don't play that shit. No. League of Legends. I don't want to be a fucking lawyer. What are you talking about? They refused to play it. So then I played it for 3 straight months every day. And I had a bit that I would do on there. I probably shouldn't say it. But I would troll in chat. I would say something to see if I could get someone mad at me. And if I did, nobody bit. Nobody bit. I just let them play the game. Everybody's playing the game. It's a good girl. And they were toxic. I would spend the next 20 minutes going, oh, what matter? You angry fat American? You angry fat American? You have to pay for healthcare, fat American cheeseburger, fat American. I had so much fun playing the game. At the end of 3 months, I quit. I can't stand it anymore. I hate being alive. I hate everyone that plays that game. I keep thinking about driving my car into a wall to get away from it. And my friends all come over and they're like, man, have you tried this game called League of Legends? It's so good. I tried to get you to play it 3 months ago. No, it's a different game. That was a dark period of our lives. Yeah, I don't know what it is about those. You know what my MOBA of choice was? Heroes of the Storm, man. I got a chance to play that with Total Biscuit. My God, what a good time that was. It was always kind of fair, whatever. It just felt good, and like losing wasn't that big of a deal because it was like a 15-minute run. Losing a League of Legends game after 45 minutes of being in that game makes me want to punch God. Hated it. All right, another question. What else? That was the grindiest of it's like 2-hour games. I hated that. You got one? Do you want to know how old I am? This is dating me a little bit, okay?
Hell, I remember when Dota was a map in World of Warcraft 3, and everything was apple orchards for as far as the eye could see. We didn't have no smartphones, we had flip phones.
I loved it. It was so good as the World of Warcraft 3 map. Can you believe what they did with World of Warcraft 3, that Reforged? Oh my God, that was such a heartbreak. I was so excited to crawl back into that and play all of these mini games. It was like the best. It was like Mario Party. It was like, it was so good. And they gutted it, broke my heart. Go ahead.
In school, we had 14 black and white Macintoshes, and you had to put a disk in there to load the OS. But I found a copy of Where in the World is Carmen San Diego? That was the most fun I ever had.
Turns out she was in Spain. Okay. Got a question? Oh, I have one. I have a theory. Now, I'm going to lecture the hell out of you for a second. My job depends on you guys consuming the social media I post. So it's kind of weird to shit talk social media a little bit. But I like to think that I'm one of the good ones on social media. I like to think that I put out a more positive message. I don't really get into the polarizing content as much as my other competitors on the channels. I try to have a more positive, upbeat message, or I like to bitch about stuff too, but at the same time, I try to look at the good stuff in life, right? Not very popular on social media, and it's because all of these algorithms are built to divide us. Not on purpose, but they're built for engagement. And which are you more engaged with, right? Like, hey man, do you like pizza? Yeah, I do really like pizza. It's good stuff. Do you like it with cat blood on it? No, I'm gonna bitch about that in 20 minutes. Go put cat blood on a pizza, right? And that is more engaging every time. And so the algorithm has taught us to make people mad, to polarize, to voice an extreme opinion. But before all of that, League of Legends did it first. That game is designed to turn you into racist. It's designed to turn you into a racist. I swear to God, Mark Zuckerberg played League of Legends with me. Shit, that could work. Jack Dorsey on Twitter went, oh fuck. We're gonna make so much money. We're gonna sell this shit to Elon. But yeah, you know, I don't really play the polarizing games. So I love Last of Us. Everybody loved Last of Us. Everybody's played that by now, right? Spoiler, there's zombies in it. And then Last of Us 2 wasn't a heartwarming, loving tale. It was like they designed that game to piss you off. And I know that because the lead designer came out and said, I designed this game to make you feel bad. That's the entire point of this game. Zombie apocalypse is not supposed to make you feel good. I want you to suffer. But I think he also did it to sell billions of copies, because we all talked about it, we all complained about it, right? I mean, there's people out there that truly loved it. I was one of them, man. They did what they did at the beginning of that game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but they did what they did at the beginning of that game, and I'm like, ooh, I'm about to hate this game. And by the end of it, I did. Do what? Oh, you mean no fuck man? I hate that guy. Okay. Any other questions? What you got? They have remade the same game twice. There are now 3 versions of Last of Us. Shit, man, I love a good remake as much as anybody. Because, okay, story time. I played the Atari 2600, was my first gaming console, okay? If you've ever played an Atari 2600, you know it is literally 12 pixels by 12 pixels. It is ridiculously hard to look at. But it felt, to me at the time, like I was looking at a piece of art. And then the NES system came out, and you want to talk about real arcade graphics, my god, it looks so good. Still, a lot of those games are good to this day, right? But there's this little game I bet you've never heard of. It's called Legend of Zelda. Anybody play that? It blew my mind. I went over to a friend's house. That was a really expensive cartridge compared to the rest of them, by the way, because it has like this battery backup and gold color and everything else. And they jack up the prices because they're so popular. So I begged after playing, I gotta have this for my birthday. I gotta have it for Christmas. I have to have this game. My mom's boyfriend shoplifted it for me. Comes to the car, pulls it out of his pants, and goes, hey, I got you that game you don't want it. And I'm like, I like you now. Yeah. I ain't gonna tell my dad anything. And I took it home and I played it. And it looked so good to me. It was incredible. And then, I was never a huge retro fan until about 10 years ago. I went back to play Legend of Zelda. It looks like shit. My God, it makes my eyes bleed. But to me, do you know what it looked like? To 12-year-old me, it looked like Breath of the Wild, man. I mean, Breath of the Wild is basically the same game in a lot of ways, right? It's incredible. Where's the fucking dungeons? But still, you know what I'm saying? And I would kill for a remake of the original Legend of Zelda that looked like in a 3D engine or whatever. I love remakes as much as the next guy. But in 5 years, he made the same game 3 times. Stop! Yeah, man. Who's buying? Oh, I am, actually. I own 5 distinct versions of Skyrim. Do what?
Is this the one from Boogie2988?
Am I Boogie2988?
I was asking if this is the panel number.
Yes. I think he's here. Is he? Oh shit, it's me. Hi. Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, I literally own 5 distinct versions of Skyrim. I'm that person. Make another Elder Scrolls game. How the hell am I going to get to see 3 new Spider-Man movies, 0 Elder Scroll games? What's happening? Do what? I tried it, man, and it doesn't play like Elder Scrolls, right? Like I can't pause it. I can't go into my inventory. I need single-player moddable. Have you ever modded Skyrim? If you raise your hand if you modded Skyrim in this room. If you haven't turned the dragons into Thomas the Tank Engine, you ain't living. Okay? If you didn't put the Master Sword in your game and go fetch that shit, you ain't living. It's so good. And the fact that they give you the console commands, we've all done this. I know if you've played Skyrim, you've done this. Made 1,000 cheese wheels at the top of a mountain, and then just watched them roll down. Yeah, I mean, it was in a lot of ways, man. Anybody still playing Minecraft?
I do from time to time.
Every once in a while. Really? Wow. Every once in a while, my brain goes, I'm gonna play 1,000 hours of Minecraft this week. And I'm in therapy, and it's my second therapist that's ever said this to me. And I was talking about a few different things, and he goes, Steve, has any therapist told you you might be autistic? And I said, yeah. And then I realized why I like Minecraft so fucking much. It is incredible. I genuinely, but it all lines up. Once he told me that, stuff started lining up. It really did. Like, I do not understand human emotions very well. What the fuck are you guys feeling? I'm just so, I don't know if it's the trauma or my brain works differently, but you're all like happy all the time. Anybody in here ever been happy? Fuck you.
Okay, I think you suck for it.
Oh, yeah. All right, any other questions? Yeah, hit me. Come on, let's see.
I hate to bring this up, but what was your take on the whole low-tier gods situation with the games that I saw in a June video that he was trying to get you involved in making June's video back now.
So, I did not know about that. So if you guys don't know this, you've seen this video. If you've ever watched my videos, this got recommended to you at some point. There's a low-tier god standing in front of his camera, wearing like a white eater t-shirt, like all muscular and stuff. And it's like, this video's going out to a fat fuck named Boogie2988. Curvy looking motherfucker, and he just goes like through all the classic Jabba the Hutt, everything you hear, right? And honestly, do what? Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, honestly, I thought it was funny, right? But then the people that were watching it, they thought it was like not funny. They thought it was like, ooh, I hate that fat guy. I'm gonna use this against him. Right? They blew it up and they like would quote lines from it and stuff. So it's like, man, I hate that people are using that video that way. I just thought it was sarcastic and funny.
I agree. I actually saw that video and I'm like,
Yeah. Well, I never thought to see if it reported or anything like that. I really don't do that much.
the only reason I found it comedic was because low-tier gods.
Yeah. Well, that guy turned a completely new leaf recently.
Really?
Yeah, and so he started to be like, he reached out to me, and he added me on Twitter, and I followed him, and he followed me. He apologized for making that video, and said that it was kind of shitty and wrong of him. And I told him, again, I didn't mind being made. I thought it was sarcastic and funny, but I think it was sarcastic. It's the entire point of Francis is a sarcastic humor, right? So I get it, I'm down for it, but like people really use that video like against me. I hated that, so thank you for your apology. And we've talked a little bit since then. Yeah, you know, I have an opinion. Not everybody will share this opinion, and I respect that. However, my feeling is, I think low-tier God is in like some sort of recovery, and I think when we are in recovery, we're going to mess up sometimes, especially if that's the thing that we're recovering from. If we used to be unmitigated asshole, right, and now we're trying to get better, we're going to be an asshole from time to time, right? He's going to screw up from time to time.
I hated it until I heard when you say this.
Yeah.
Like, I hated that. I mean,
Well, I think he's making progress.
if he's trying to change, then I guess there's no need to hate him.
I genuinely, it feels weird saying this in public, I don't give up on people. You know, I mean, like, Vladimir Putin can suck a dick, right? But I mean, like, for the most part, content creators and stuff like that, I always think, when I see the worst of them, I think to myself, I think they'll get better. I think they'll grow out of it. I think everybody that harasses me online, I always think, these people will get better one day, and they'll look back on it, and they'll have learned an important lesson. And I think that's probably a really dangerous way to think, so I don't recommend anybody else do it. But, I don't know, man, like, I didn't even give up on Logan and Jake Paul. I still haven't given up on those guys yet. Logan's getting better. He spoke out against that Andrew Tate guy. Did you see that? I was like, Logan, way to go. I slid into his DMs. I'm like, you know, you ain't right about much, but you're right about Andrew Tate. And he goes, I know I am. That dude sucks. And that was it. It was nice having a conversation.
I mean, I still hold a suicide person. I think a lot of people probably do.
Do you want to know a secret about me? Nobody believes me, so I can say this publicly. The suicide forest bit was faked. And let me walk you through it. Everybody know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Logan Paul went to Japan, and in Japan there's a forest called the suicide forest because people tend to hang themselves there. And it's a big forest, and not a lot of people hang themselves there. So ask yourself, what were the chances that he'd be there for 12 minutes and find somebody that hung themselves that morning? Like a zero, it's a huge forest, man.
So that body that he supposedly found was fake.
I'm 99.9% certain it was. And I get why he would never come clean, right? Because then it just starts the news cycle over again. But I genuinely think in his fevered brain, whatever the Disney Channel did to that kid, whatever, you know, being a child teen star, whatever that did to that guy, I think he was like, man, I really want to bring some attention to suicide awareness. I know a great way to do it. Just go to that suicide forest and hang up a mannequin and pretend it's a dead person. And then I'll zoom in on its hand and laugh. What? What? Like, here's the thing. Like, I get gallows humor, right? You've heard me do gallows humor, right? But not when I'm looking at a dead guy. And here's the thing. You put it in the video, man. You edited that in. Why would you edit that in? I don't think the guys are clever, but I don't give up on him. I don't give up on anybody if I can help him. Except Vladimir. He's gonna nuke us. I'm real serious. You guys excited about that? You guys got a bottle of water in your house? Get some bottled water. And here's the thing. They're gonna nuke directly me because I live at the headquarters of Walmart. You want to destroy American infrastructure? You nuke Walmart. We're done. Oh, I don't even have to worry about surviving. I'll just disappear one day. I'll turn to dust. A lot of dust, but still. Hey, you got a question for me? I can't hear you. What? Oh my gosh. Wow. If you ask what the rarest magic card I have is, I have a Juice of Gin. And it's one of my prized possessions.
It was worth like $2,000 the week of COVID. I got it for $80. I was so excited about that. Signed by the artist. Rarest game. I don't really collect retro games. Are you guys gonna kick me out? This is my hot take. Because I grew up renting all of my games, I don't like to have a connection to the physical cartridge. I have a connection to the experience, right? And that's why I got a Steam Deck and loaded it with every game I've ever played, every game I've ever loved, right? That's why I buy all of my games digitally. I'd say the coolest thing I have is a collector's edition of Witcher 3 that was physically signed by every artist that worked on it. Now, they had like a version that had like the collector's edition had like their names printed on it. But I literally got one where they physically wrote the show. And it was like me and Angry Joe and like 5 other people got one. I have no clue why they gave it to me, but I was so happy. And that's one of my favorite movies, man. Even after Cyberpunk, I'm not even mad about Cyberpunk. I just didn't play it, you know. Really? Admittedly. For those of you who don't know, in Cyberpunk 2074, whatever, 45,900, Cyberpunk 2988, that's what we're calling it. They literally had realistic genitals. Right, you can literally do, it was like a horse penis, and I don't know what happened. I was like, my character does porn. He's very famous for that. Glitchy games are some of the best, right? There's nothing like Skate 3 slightly modified, right? To where like, if you've never watched, kind of so old, this is like OG YouTube stuff. Look up Skate 3 funny moments, and you will see this dude who has a huge collection of the funniest shit you'll ever see. In fact, someone give me a projector to a computer, we will watch that the rest of this battle. Alright, any other questions? I got one for you. What you got up here, man? The Last of Us TV show? Man, so I am an Uber nerd, and as a morbidly obese man, I like to spend a lot of time in front of my television. And I watch every Marvel show. I watch every Star Wars show. I watched most of Andor. That's the most boring shit I've ever seen. That was like watching paint dry. Nothing happens for 2 episodes. The 3rd episode could have been the first one, and should have been, my God. I even watched the Halo TV show. Oh, I threw up in my mouth the moment Master Chief spoke. Put your helmet on, dude. What are we doing? Take his damn helmet off. I've never seen his face, but he does, yeah, he definitely does. Angry Joe, man. Did you guys watch much Angry Joe still? His review of the Halo TV show, just one of his best comments. I've never seen him that mad. He's just like, I'm gonna drive to Hollywood and shoot that dude in the face, I swear. But that said, the last show, are they doing Joel and Ellie? Is that what we're getting to see, or is it just gonna be other characters? Okay, if it's that, I got a feeling I'll like it. But I do not trust Mr. Huckman anymore, man. They burned all the bridges, right? I'll tell you the game I'm looking most forward to. And I've listened to Gerard talk about it too. Now I don't feel bad about the fact that I didn't get a code either. Because if he didn't, I sure ain't getting one. But God of War
play the PlayStation 3 God of War? Did we all play that? My God, that's a game. They don't make games like that anymore. Now, there's no DLC. There's no microtransactions. You can't buy anything. There's no multiplayer experience. It's just a single player story. 40, 50 hours with a bunch of completionist shit in the story part. And $60. I'm so spoiled by that game. I remember when video games were like that, and then somebody was like, you know, what we can do is we can cut a third of the game out and sell it 3 months later as an expansion pack. And I'm like, all right, this is as bad as it'll get. Yeah, I was wrong. But then again, I can't really complain, because I play Magic the Gathering, okay? Literally, I will sit down at the table with somebody, play a card that cost $1,000. Now, I paid 10 cents for it from a booster pack in 1998. So I'm just going to make profit when I finally sell it, right? But I will sit down and be like, this card's really powerful. Can you afford this card? Like, I'm that person. So, like, literally, Magic the Gathering was microtransactions before it was microtransactions. You want another booster? Could be a rare. Could be a rare item, though. You don't know. It could be garbage. What do you want? What do you want? You want it? You want it? You want it? Come on, put it right in your veins. Yeah. I have an addictive personality. Did we talk about that? All right, yeah, what you got?
Just talking as a video player, I 100%. I recently got into a better being dropped. My singles account has grown only in the same amount of grown before because I've just set my new generation way more.
You know, one of the best things about collecting cards, collecting retro video games, collecting any other collectible, is it's kind of like parking value. And so I'm reading this article the other day, and there's this artist who's world renowned, and all he does is polka dots. He'll paint the wall in polka dots for $5 million. He'll do a canvas in polka dots for $3 million. His other thing is that he'll take polka dot-like items, mostly pill capsules in different colors, and recreate the polka dots. Now, is that worth $3 million? No, obviously it's not, right? I mean, I guess if you're an idiot, then it is. I like the repeating colors, okay? But rich people park their money in art. It's a great way to hold your value, not put it in the bank, not put it in the stock market. That's what we're doing when we're collecting retro games. That's what we're doing when we're collecting collectibles. You should never feel bad.
The problem is we replace their shit, so their shit drops in value like Magic.
Oh yeah, that's the best part about Magic. You got that reserve list. I know a lot of people mad about it. I'm mad about it too. Like I say, reprint because they're game pieces, right? Right? But like that's my retirement plan. My retirement plan is selling all those games cradles. That'll pay like 3 months worth of mortgage, man. It's gonna be a good time. Yeah, so there's a really interesting story behind this. If you don't play Magic, I always forget that not every human has encyclopedic knowledge about this game. I have every set name memorized. I can tell you what year they came out. I can tell you what I had for dinner at the pre-release for that set. I don't know what is wrong with me. But they had their first 3 or 4 sets, and they were printed in very limited numbers. So then they made a decision. When we reprint a card, we will reprint it in white border, so it's distinct from the black bordered version. And the black bordered version will be the most collectible. But the white bordered version is going to allow everybody to get the cards that they need to play, right? Because it's a game, and we need the game pieces to play. So they created a set called So they came up with a set called Chronicles, and they reprinted a lot of the non-needed rares somewhere. Most of them were like just fun collectibles, like the big dragons that no one would ever actually play and stuff like that. People lost their fucking minds because they spent ridiculous amounts of money on those dragons, as much as $20 back then, which I guess was a lot of money to Magic players for some reason. And they overcorrected. The company was getting like nasty letters, snail mail, right? Probably emails too. It was 96, man. I don't know if this email existed yet, did it? Anyway, they overcorrected and they made a promise. They said, we will never reprint this set of cards ever again. And you can put your collection into that. And they also can't print a functionally version of it. So if you have like, you know, Boogie2988 God of War, and he has a certain stat block, you couldn't create Francis 298 God of Mischief and have a similar stat block. So they actually locked themselves out some mechanics of this. Boy, did I make money from it. I was, like, it sucks because they're game pieces and everybody deserves the game pieces, right? But we know what it's like to hunt that championship edition cartridge, right? We know what it's like. Any other questions? Over here. Still about what? Which servers? Overwatch? Man, I might have been the only guy in the room. I can't forgive Blizzard. And I know that's a controversial opinion, right? But I knew the writing was on the wall when Jeff Kaplan left. Jeff Kaplan was the one who designed Hearthstone, right? But Jeff Kaplan's like, I worked here for 19 years. I don't want to go to 20 before I retire. I'm leaving now. I got scared about that company. Activision bought it. I got scared about that company. But all the stuff that we've heard of the last few years, they literally had a Cosby room at conventions. I'm not going to go to the details of what that means, but look it up. That a woman was so tired of sexual harassment at that company that she killed herself at a work retreat. Right? So man, you can make the best video game in the world. I don't know if I want to play it anymore. And I thought about Overwatch 2 had been in development for 5 years or whatever. Like pretty much since the first Overwatch came out. And I thought some of the people that worked on that had to deal with that kind of misery and awfulness. And I just could not. I know the company will get better. I know that they're working really hard to make sure that happens. But there was another new lawsuit last week. Another one. And I'm just like, I don't know. So I did not play Overwatch 2, but I will tell you, I laughed so hard when those servers were broken, when they were getting DDoS, and like Donkey's video on it was so good, everybody's video on it was so good. I was like, it couldn't happen to a better company. Really couldn't. Enjoy that, Bobby Kotick. I can't wait to see your stock value fall. I genuinely, once I heard about it, I was like, man, I need to pull out the old Francis stick and do it for this game. And I just, sometimes, man, I don't know, sometimes it's not a motivation to get mad at a video game. I'll tell you, one of the things I've been doing in my life, and if you're not this person, you should be, I think. It works for me. I don't get mad at video games anymore. I don't get mad at board games anymore. I don't get mad at Magic games anymore. If somebody beats the hell out of me on turn 3 of Magic, I'm just like, man, that's really cool, I like that. Right? And if I played League of Legends, I wouldn't fit in, but I'd be like, oh man, that's a really cool game. I like how you shot that dude before I did. It's cool stuff. And I like your build. I have become that person as an old man. And sometimes it's hard to make fun of the games. It's hard to even get in that headspace sometimes. Because I am like just trying to be the chillest motherfucker in the room, you know? I kind of regret not making a video. Would have been good though, wouldn't it? Bring up the fucking servers. Oh, that'd be so. You got a question for me?
How do you feel about basically reprinting collector's edition Battle Quest?
So Magic the Gathering did something insane. The original set was called Alpha, and there was Beta, and there was Unlimited. And those were printed in very small numbers. There are cards from those sets. One of them sold to Post Malone for $700,000. The average, most expensive card in there, perfect condition, $20,000 to $100,000. And they're on no reprint policy, so they can't reprint them, right? So they decided to do literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen this company do. And they've done some dumb shit. They've done stuff that made me quit for 7 years. And that's my lifestyle choice, right? Some people wake up in the morning and they think, I'm gonna be this. I decided I was gonna be magic clicking. I wear the nerd outfit, I don't take care of myself. I do everything a magic clicker's supposed to do. I ostracize women because they don't want to look at me. They reprinted these cards, but not with an official Magic back. So you can't play with them in tournaments. You can't play with them in official games. A booster pack costs $250 for not real cards.
I remember looking on that a couple times. Like the East Championship, that's
But did they charge $250 for that deck? Right, see, if these are $30 packs, I'd be like, all right, I don't care. Get your proxies, kids. Do what?
I had to get mold decks too.
Right. This is so different from that, man.
The second collector's edition.
And it's so funny because they talked about not being able to do this for years. And they're like, you know, we can make a shitload of money when we do it. I was going to go to the Magic 30th celebration event. And literally just this morning decided I'm not going to. In part because I won't start at home. And I'll tell you something else. If you want a proxy of one of those cards, go to Kinko's, man. They'll print them for you for 15 cents. Put them in the sleeve and just as valuable and just as usable as these $1,000 booster packs. Which is not at all. But if the company's making proxies, by God, you better make proxies. I'm going to. I'll print them on. I'm not going to play my gayest grade anymore. I'll print one out. And if they call me into the tournament, you know, I'll be like, I have a real card. It's right here. You want it? Get the jump. Okay. Any other questions? What you got? I have apparently a hot take. She-Hulk is my favorite Marvel show so far. I thought it was going to remain WandaVision, but She-Hulk was just a damn good time. And I know people are so mad at it. What about you? How'd you feel about it? I love the ending because that is She-Hulk. I read some of the comics. Like that's the perfect. Right, that's exactly like the She-Hulk comics. Yeah. So one of the things that's weird about me as a Marvel fan, I get bored when they're fighting, man. I know who's going to win. Oh, they're punching the bad guy. Bad guy's going to lose, except that one time, right? But every other time, they're going to shut down the blue laser. They're going to beat the bad guy. I know how the fighting ends. What I'm interested in is, with the comic books, Tony Stark's alcoholism, but they replaced it with workaholic in the show, right? I like his relationship with Pepper Potts, right? And I love lawyer shows. Boston Legal, Ally McBeal. I watched all that shit. You guys do not know those shows. I am so old. But somebody here remembers Ally McBeal, right? Okay, all right, thank goodness. Okay. I feel like a mummy up here today, I swear. But this was everything I wanted. It was all character development. It developed not just She-Hulk, but a lot of the other characters. I really liked Abomination. The great character is really interesting. Wong was so fun in it. Daredevil cameo was fine. I definitely liked it. They hooked up though. We were so happy. We hooked up twice too in the same show. Oh, so happy. But I don't know. You know, that's the stuff that I'm tuning into Marvel for. And when there's a fight scene, my eyes just glaze over, man. That's when I pick up my phone and play Marvel Snap, brought to you by Retropalooza. Wait, which one? She-Hulk? The Stinger? Oh, wholesome. Awesome. And so, minor spoiler here if you haven't watched She-Hulk. you should definitely watch She-Hulk if you want to have a good time. If you just like watching good people in costumes fighting each other, you probably won't have a good time. But they're doing Planet Hulk. They're doing Planet Hulk. I could not be happier. Hulk deserves his own movie. I mean, you guys know I play Francis as a character, right? It's because when I was 19 years old, I was Francis, man. I was flipping tables. I was throwing chairs. I hate to admit it, but I punched a couple of walls in my time, right? And then when I'm 2021, I got into therapy and got better. But obviously, I identify with the Hulk. The two characters I identify with are Hulk and Spider-Man. This guy's an angry smartass, right? And Spider-Man's got all the love in the world. 3 sets of movies and played by some of the best actors. And then we got the combo thing, so good, Far From Home, or No Way Home, right? And I could not have been happier with it. Please do that for Hulk. And fuck Edward Norton. By the way, I'm so mad at Edward Norton for screwing it up. But Mark Ruffalo is excellent. I can't believe what a great Bruce Banner is, what a great Hulk he is. Yeah. It's something else that I think some of you can relate to, and I definitely relate to. And I did not know this until recently, but in She-Hulk, she can immediately control herself as the Hulk. But Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner, can't. It's because Bruce Banner was abused as a child and has dissociative identity disorder. And so when he became the Hulk, that personality protected him from being Bruce Banner inside this crazy, insane body while he could do crazy, insane shit. And I guess in the comics, which I have not read, I really like to because they're good, they basically work on combining those 2 personalities and curing his DID. Yeah. That's so good. I will say, another thing that brings me to these Marvel shows, and I think this is the last thing we're going to say. The one thing I love about these Marvel shows more than anything is, I was talking to a friend recently, and I kind of felt embarrassed that I was watching these Marvel shows, and I wanted them to watch the Marvel shows with me. And I was like, yeah, I know, they're just kind of bad sometimes. But then, like, when I'm watching She-Hulk with them, I'm like, this show is deep. They're getting into just like real life issues. That's when Superman was his best, when he was Clark Kent, right? Spider-Man is his best when it's Peter Parker, when he's dealing with the same shit we all deal with every day. But then we get to enjoy the escapism of watching them become a superhero, watching them become the person we all wake up every day and try to be, right? We all try to be a good person. We all try to take care of our neighbors. We all try to love each other. We all try to make the world a better place. And these guys are able to do it. It's the perfect analog for me, for the person I want to be. I'm broken, I'm troubled, and I love to watch them be broken. I love to watch them deal with their issues and know that they can still save the world. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Guys, that's my time. Thank you for coming out. I'll be doing it. And then I'll be back in my booth in less than an hour. If you want to come buy a t-shirt, $25. I got the free Boogie one because I know that you guys in Texas will like it. I got some 5Xs left too. And I got postcards I'll sign for you absolutely free. Take a photo with me absolutely free. Whatever you want to do, I'll be over there and I'll be here tomorrow. Thank you guys.